That's why you're here. You're the pro Nolan guy.
So
we are. Anytime.
I'm
technically
pro Nolan, but
pause. He's
We're
gonna
gonna
do
rip
his
it.
opening there. Then we can
I ain't
start
ripping
our
it.
argument.
no,
Okay,
What?
ready?
I am going to rip you if you
I'm ripping the cartoons.
I'm gonna frighten you with my Christian Bale voice.
Oh.
Okay, I'm ready when you are, Matt.
Okay. At the free. Okay, I'm gonna count down to three, and we are gonna start from there.
We have a
And we're going by a chronological order, if that's okay with everybody.
chronological
What do you
order.
mean?
That means by year.
So 1960s all the way up.
all the way to.
You mean 1940s?
This one's the last
1940s,
one.
sorry.
Sorry,
This one's the last
we gotta go
one, sorry.
40s before we ever touch
Oh yeah,
the new ones.
we have to talk about the 40s one.
Yep.
So that'll be Jimmy's lovely discussion.
Yes, and I watched the first serial, and that's about it. I only watched the first 3 episodes, and then I
They really
got
don't
bored.
even have
I got
the Batmobile.
I fall asleep.
The most integral.
The Batcave had little stringy bats.
Well, the Batcave was a mansion.
Yeah.
It was a mansion. Like the whole thing was like.
No, it wasn't. It was an actual cavern in the first one, in the first serial. It
In the
was
fir- in the
an
first
actual
serial?
cavern with bats flying on
It
top.
was filmed at the mansion where they filmed the serials.
Oh yeah, big.
Like it was filmed actually in that mansion.
Oh okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't even have a Batmobile, which was like
No, it was
Terrible.
just a regular ass
yeah,
car.
it was like a big
Okay,
Rolls Royce.
Okay, let's save that for the episode. Okay, at the start, I'm gonna count down to 3. So after 1, press on record and make sure it doesn't cut off, or else.
I've been recording all of this.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That means he has a little bit of stuff to play with. So.
Okay, deleted scene much.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to Long Box Comic Reviews, Episode 2, The Dark Knight. Dark Knight Goes Media. And this, I'm still RandomMan, and I'm flipping up my lines because I'm nervous. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of new characters here because the regular ones are too busy to talk about comic books and movies. So this is Nolan, this is West, and this is MovieGoer. And we're here to talk to you about every single adaptation of Batman, including the cartoons, because we have nothing better to do. And we're gonna, even if we don't have it here, we're gonna start off with the 1940s serials, Batman, and 1948's Batman and Robin. You go first since you're the one who watched them.
Well, originally, like the first episode is where Batman basically like comes through this multiple story window, and he literally decks one of the bad guys in the face, and you're going, all right, this is way different from the 60s series, which I'm originally used to, which
Yeah.
is like where, oh, biff, bap, boof, right?
Yeah,
No, this one was cold cocked.
Yeah,
like just, I'm gonna cold cock that,
Yeah,
in the face.
considering the fact that it was made like 5 years after, no, like
It was
3 years after the original comics started. So
Yeah, exactly.
They
Because
didn't
the original
have that
comic
much.
started in 38, and they
39.
made 38.
Oh, okay.
38, and the movie serial was done in the 40s, right? The year after the war.
42, 43.
The first one was done in 1940. The other one was done in 1949, I do believe.
Okay, I thought it was
Which
40.
was-
I get it mixed up with the Superman one that was done in 48.
Oh yeah, or the George Reeves one.
No, the one before.
The one before. Oh,
Yeah, the
man.
George Reeves was a TV one.
The George Reeves was a TV one, but I
Yeah,
don't-
there was a serial in 1948 where every time he flew, it turned into a 2D animation drawing of him flying.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
they cut
I
it out and
remember
replaced
that.
it with a cartoon.
I remember that.
It was really cheesy.
Is that the
It's
one
like-
that after they based the whole little cartoon series that looked like a really like a kindergarten drew the
some cheesy
cartoon
old
to it?
Superman TV show.
Oh god.
Look up there. It's a bird. It's a plane. Oh, it's just
It's Superman.
Again.
Again,
Oh,
I don't know how
We're getting off subject. We're not here to talk about Superman, okay?
That's
Well, I wonder who mentioned this.
This is the only thing we're gonna talk about Superman, and that's until later. So we're here to talk about the 40s Batman. Can you please continue?
Well, the 40s Batman was very much playing off the original story idea by Bob Kane, which he wanted very much the dynamic duo, like an older gentleman who lost his parents, right, to to have that. I do believe it came back to what actually happened to him and his family. I do believe something happened to him, and they wanted to also maintain similar popularity to what the introduction of Superman.
Yeah.
That's kind of why he wanted to bring up the next best thing. But in actuality, he actually did bring it out a little bit before Superman was even brought out. He brought it out in 38.
Wasn't it
Superman
that-
was in 39. But Superman gained popularity, so then afterwards, they saw how popular it was, and they needed something new. And what was new is somebody without so much of the superpower, so much of the
Yeah, everybody was
the
going
big
Superman like
the
the
big
shit.
like I'm so strong, but nobody could really liken them to that character, really, as much as they could Batman, because he was a normal person with normal failures and normal life.
normal
right?
problems.
Normal
basically.
problems, right? Much more akin
Yeah.
to what we're used
Well,
to.
much more human. He was more human. You could feel with him. He lost his parents.
Exactly, but
So
then
you
at the
could
same
connect.
time, the assholes went
And
into
he's
the
the
comic book
millionaire
code.
playboy.
Yeah.
The comic book code. Are we gonna mention how stupid that was?
Oh yes, the Silver Age comics. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. Like, don't you find it creepy that a 30-year-old man is basically living with 8, 9-year-old boy, and
that's a little bit.
especially the comics, they show them sleeping in the same bed and everything.
Wait, whoa! Which comic was this?
Yeah, the 1940s one from
19
DC.
1940s
There's a
one
panel on
had-
the internet with them sleeping in the same bed at one point.
Was he just reading him a bedtime story, or was it like
no. They're
Actual-
sleeping with the sheets on.
Oh,
Oh wow.
that's just
Well,
too much. Well, at
that-
least they made it a girl now, and then
Yeah,
the
it's
new
not
one,
as
so it's
creepy.
a little bit. It's still creepy. It's a
What?
pedophile.
No, it's still a guy in the new one. The girl got killed
The-
off like 9 months later.
The Dark Knight Returns.
after that one,
After that one,
I don't know. I'm just
In the
going off of
regular
him.
cartoon universe, there was a girl Robin at one point, but she got
well, there was
raped
usually
and murdered.
3.
What?
Yes.
There was 3. The first one
There
was
was
Dick Grayson.
there was Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim
Jason
Drake,
Todd.
and Stephanie Brown.
Stephanie Brown was much later. Like that came out
Yeah.
much after pretty much almost all of these movies, except for maybe.
Well, it was before
Gotham.
Batman Begins.
Yeah, it was before Batman Begins when they actually wrote him in. But
Yeah. Well, she was the last one's girlfriend, and then she became Robin in like 2008, and for like 9 months.
well, then technically there was at least then five Robins, right?
Oh yeah,
because
and
there was also
the new
Damian
one,
Wayne.
Damian.
There was also Damian Wayne who took over after
As-
Batman Reborn.
Yeah, Tim is
After
Red
Batman
Robin.
Recipe, sorry, during the Batman Reborn series.
Yeah.
Which
right
Dick
now
Grayson
it's
was
Damian,
Batman. Yeah.
because Tim's Red Robin or something now.
Yeah.
Stupid name.
Tim's
then-
Red, yeah, in the new 52. The
Yeah,
new 52.
and Jason Todd's The Red Hood and the Outlaws, where he has sex with Starfire the whole time.
Then again, who wouldn't want to have sex with Starfire after
So the after the 1940s came the 1960s.
1960s?
Yes, there was nothing
the
in the 50s.
The cartoon was based on the TV pilot, I do believe, of the Batman. They did a short TV pilot for the Batgirl, which they originally wanted to market it to female audiences, but it didn't work out so well.
I know there was a 60s animated show shortly after the Adam West series.
Yeah, it played during the actual live action series.
Yeah.
It played during, and I do believe it lasted longer than the live action series did.
I don't really think so.
Because the live action series lasted from 66 to 68.
Okay, yeah.
And the cartoon series, I think, lasted right through to 71.
Yeah, and then there was another one in 78 with Batmite.
Oh.
And they actually had the voices of Adam West and Burt Ward in there.
That's like just degrading.
It's like, I'm the Batmite!
That's degrading after, really. Like,
It's
he
done
was
by-
trying to do as serious as he could in this movie, right?
Yes.
And in the whole series, he's trying to
Some
go as
days you
serious.
just can't get rid of Wong.
Yeah, and then they go and be like, oh yeah, do all this crappy stuff and make it look as if you're
And
a
here's
bigger
my
tool.
anti-shark repellent pet spray.
Oh yeah.
It makes sharks explode.
we spray it, and the shark will
Sprayed
run
on this.
For anybody who
fake
doesn't
shark.
know, this one has a fake shark that grabs onto
Batman's
leg while
And it
he's
takes
hanging
Robin
from the
like
bat
10 minutes to
helicopter.
get down the ladder.
10 minutes to get down the ladder. And how long does it take?
like
Does it-
5 minutes it
Does-
took him to get rid of the
Does Burt
shark.
Ward like leave it on autopilot for it to just
Yeah,
like
it's-
hover
it's-
up
he
there?
literally just
be
leaves
like,
it
hang
there."
on, Batman, I'll go get this bat repellent bat spray or shark repellent bat spray, and he's just like, oh yeah,
Because, you know.
Yeah, you know,
Get off my leg.
There's nothing much. There's just a shark trying to eat my leg right now.
yeah.
Please take
Hey,
all
Omar,
the time.
Let's just spray that off.
Shark ain't mine,
as
citizen.
soon-
I'm not
as
necessarily
soon
in
as the shark
agonizing
hits
pain
the
right
water,
now, you know.
No agonizing pain at all.
Explodes. God.
the shark explodes because of the spray for no reason. What was
I guess
that
it would
stuff?
remind you of that Deep Blue Sea scene, right?
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
not
what do you
gonna
think
fight
about
anymore.
Cesar Romero's the Joker and his tendency to not shave off his mustache
Yeah,
and have
that
it
was-
Yeah,
painted
there was a little
over
bit of a porn
in
star
some of
look
the
to him.
scenes?
That kind of ruined it a bit
porn
for me.
star.
Although he did do better than Jack Nicholson ever did.
Yes.
That's
Then again,
that's
Jack
for sure.
Nicholson acted like Jack Nicholson.
Oh, you come into Jack Nicholson. There's a man who destroyed a character for people to come.
You say I'm
Exactly.
crazy.
With Cesar Romero,
Cuckoo's
Cesar Romero,
nest.
as much as he kept on the mustache, he still kept that persona of being Joker.
Yeah, like he was
yeah.
crazy.
While changing
funny.
from
Tacky.
his regular acting gigs, I forget originally, but I'm pretty sure he played on like a soap opera before this, and he was very much like a serious character.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden they threw him into this, and
He was given the chance because, from what I remember, he was given the chance to be a different type of person.
Yeah.
Because from the series he was in before, he was very much this like, you killed my mother, now I'm going to stare at you for 20
yeah, exactly. And
I
now
knew it
this
was
is
in a
like,
bunch of Mexican
I'm gonna kill
shows.
you.
Yeah.
He does look like a Mexican.
Take
Take
off that
He's a really
tape.
big
There you
Spanish
go.
actor.
How dare you?
Oh yeah. Does anybody who watched the show remember Vincent Price as Egbert?
Even how cheesy it was, I'm always a Vincent Price fan.
Hello, I'm a Vincent Price, and I'm here to do various egg puns.
Basically, that's the entire episode.
Great Scott, how are we going to stop a criminal that uses eggs? I don't know, make yourself a big old omelet. And there was Mr. Freeze, who was played by George Sanders. He was Shere Khan in Disney's Jungle Book.
Yep.
And I really hate the early 50s, 60s Mr. Freeze, because he was just he was a basic bank robber that somehow had a gun that freezes people. He just stole it from Captain Shell from The Flash.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause I
There
thought
was
that
never
Captain Shell was
there was never a
Mr.
background
Freeze
story
at
to
one
the
point.
character, which there needed to be a little bit more so than
Well, look
just expecting the reader to go and the viewer to go and read the comics and then to go, oh,
Yeah.
what the heck is this?
But
Yeah.
look at
That's
back
how it
in the
happened.
60s, back when comics were coming out, they were trying so hard to get new villains every week to come out. So it got to the point where they didn't know
Aliens.
how to explain things. So they started coming out with these random things where I'm Mr. Freeze, I like to play with ice.
Well,
I
did
like
you
to
see?
make as many
did
freeze
you
jokes
hear
as
the
I
plot
can
line
make.
to Batman Rest in Peace? Sometime he dies, right?
Yeah.
And then somehow, somewhere, he's lost in time. He doesn't. It's like he's supposed to be dead, not lost in time, right? And then
Yeah.
Batman Reborn series,
It's weird.
Like Robin's looking all over the house, like, oh, there's a picture of Bruce Wayne that looks conveniently like him. The way he was
It's a
just,
freaking
just a
picture.
little while ago, and like a whole treasure hunt. Basically, Batman Reborn series is a treasure hunt, and then they have like some Eddie Flamingo guy there on a motorcycle,
To be
and
honest,
in a big frilly pink outfit.
It's just like, I'm the flamingo.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, they really ran out of ideas when they started doing like the Flamingo guy,
Oh, that's
Condiment Man.
Condiment Man.
Yeah, he was a guy that used ketchup and mustard when he stole banks, and he actually made an appearance in the 90s animated show.
That's what? I've never heard of Condiment
which-
Man.
He's
one
not
was
in
that? Was
there,
that the
but
third?
there's an episode.
That's funny.
That's the first one, eh?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah, I could have even.
But he's
So
in the
this
third
is the
one.
show.
There was actually a villain called Condiment Man, and he went to a party and he sprayed everybody with ketchup and mustard. And he's like, "Okay, everybody, put your diamonds in the bag, or else I'll spray with more ketchup and mustard."
Wow, threatening.
That's so threatening.
So
Oh my God.
you can tell at this
Am I a hot dog?
at this point, before Batman started to expand, you can definitely tell that they were running, they were hurting for ideas.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to go somewhere.
Well,
with
exactly.
it.
Everybody's bringing out something new, right? And,
Okay,
and
there's-
Spider-Man, something like Spider-Man, right, really hadn't run its full course yet.
Exactly.
Right. So like other comics, they didn't run their full course, but Batman already had.
It
So
was
they were
it was
completely
like
out.
20 years
Yeah.
at that point.
They're completely out of ideas, right? Whereas other comics are constantly coming up with new ideas because they haven't done them yet.
Well,
Yeah.
then they started revamping themselves. After a while, they started coming out with new stuff. Well, I don't know what year it
this
came
is
out
confusing.
in, but the Batman Beyond series came out. Like this series came out. They were trying so hard to make it more
Different.
different.
Where are we even going in order here?
No, I think we've
no.
lost.
I still.
No,
I
no.
think we've
We're
lost-
we're still talking about the 60s right now.
Yeah.
So,
Still talking.
my favorite villain from the 60s show, to be honest, is the Riddler. Because
Yeah,
in the
Frank
movie,
Ocean.
there's a Riddler
Yeah.
about something dangerous in a tree, and Robin goes, "A sparrow with a machine gun."
Like, you're
My-
talking
my-
about
I'd
the same
have to
riddle
say-
that. Yeah.
And
I
then
thought
there's
he did
another
good,
one
yeah.
where it had to do with applesauce for some reason.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, the Riddler had some of the best riddles on the show.
Yeah.
Because
agree.
I saw.
Well, they were actually real riddles. Then when they brought them up in the cartoons,
Yeah.
when it was, oh, who's the real Batman?
Oh, the only.
It's like, come
the
on,
only
is that the
version-
question that you keep falling back on to ask the Riddler?
Yeah.
Like then again,
seriously.
Yeah.
you figure out that is technically the only question that he can retaliate back with, but still.
There is one thing I hate about the Riddler, and sorry to break the timeline again, but in this show, the Riddler was portrayed
Was
as
it the
Marlon
long-
Manson.
Yeah,
With the
hair.
long black hair and the deep voice. Like,
Although that was
"You
a
always break
lot
my
better
riddles,
than the.
Batman." So he was basically Marlon Manson, had too much drugs, read Batman comics, and like, holy shit, you know what? I'm gonna be the Riddler because it's an awesome name.
No, but at the same time, before he was very much kind of an add-on personality, kind of to the Joker.
Yeah.
He kind of really seemed like the Joker before that, and then until this one, it was very much like, I'm gonna joke around with you before I throw a riddle at you.
Yeah.
And this one is very much like, I'm calm, I'm serious. Here's the riddle. If
I
you do
think-
not solve it, I will kill you.
Yeah, I think the only villain from Batman I didn't like in the 50s was the Mad Hatter. It was basically just a character from
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland that kidnapped blonde little girls and hypnotized them to be Alice so he can have a sexual relationship with them.
That's
Yeah.
That's just crazy!
But
Well,
come on,
like, look-
wasn't the original Catwoman like perfect?
well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
I liked Perfect Kid too.
Oh no.
The voice of Yzma in Emperor's New Groove.
No.
That's the only thing. The only
No, that's what I call overacting.
well, it's like
I'm sorry, Eartha
Take
Kitt
it.
was like literally the worst Catwoman ever.
Well, she
even
was-
even Lee Merriweather from
Even the one from the movie?
'60s. Yeah, even her, she was better.
It's like, perfectly.
Yeah, I know.
heard.
Even
Wait.
her constant repetition of purr.
I have to say, like my favorite villain, definitely from Batman and from the Batman '60s series, is definitely the Penguin, because him and his
And now
him
into
and
the
always
his
fall
Batman
back
core.
on that.
yeah.
Whenever he couldn't think of something, I bet you the actor was just like in the back, like, "Can I ad lib this?"
Sure.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, sure. Well, what do you want me to
Oh, the
say?
smoke from that shit.
I like that penguin better than the
And wasn't
fucking
it
Batman
like-
Returns.
What were
Ugh.
his two men
I know.
called?
Hey, I'm
Danny DeVito, and I'm here to play the
Penguin.
This one was good. This one,
Danny DeVito was.
the Penguin in this
Nah.
show was really good.
Not really.
Yeah.
Do you know who
Now
did
Michelle
it?
Pfeiffer.
Yeah, she
Michelle
was
Pfeiffer?
good.
Like, oh.
We're going off timeline again.
Literally the best Catwoman today. Probably.
Yeah. What?
At least it's not. Yeah, exactly.
At least
Halle
it's not
Berry.
Halle Berry.
She
Yeah,
went
Halle.
through literally months of training
Just to do a stupid
just
shitty
to
movie.
do that, and she's stuck with the same coach who taught Michelle Pfeiffer for the Batman Returns
video
role.
game.
Yeah,
And they're telling her like, go, move your head with it, because a cat will usually move their head and eyes at the same time instead of like look over and then move over, right?
they turn
and she
and-
still
Yeah.
wasn't getting it. And there's one scene where
just
she
a-
completely didn't
Did
get
you see
it.
that 2004
at all.
Catwoman movie?
I saw that, and you know what? Catwoman she really pissed me off. It's like, in every movie
She
I've
was
watched
exposing her body.
from Batman, like everything I've seen from Batman to this date, I don't think any other person could have pissed me off more. Let's go and save the world by stopping these cosmetics.
That's what they did.
Yeah, let's
for
go try out for
Wonder Woman
CoverGirl.
pilots.
Hey,
it's
make it a
like-
movie.
Oh, it was just bad. And that woman, that villain, I'm so perfect. You can't hit me. You can hit me as hard as you want. This makeup is too strong for you.
Bullshit.
Haven't you ever heard of Clayface?
Yeah, it's like,
Basically, Clayface is the exact same thing,
come
except
on.
a male version.
Come on.
it's like just a terrible movie altogether. Catwoman doesn't even deserve to be spoken
Yeah.
about. Again.
Okay.
Not
Okay,
in the list of
Catwoman,
those.
you're off the show. Bye bye.
Sorry.
Bye. Okay.